Y mina 35 na legislature in Guam is back from recess. We are now on item 18, consideration of the daily files. Madam Clerk, Bill number 336-35 COR. Please read the titles.
Bill number 336-35 COR as substituted and amended on the floor. Introduced by Therese M. Terlahi, Sabina Flores Perez, Luis B. Muñoz, Joe S. San Agustin, Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, Telo T. Taitagui, Talina Cruz Nelson, Jose Pito Terlahi, Kelly Marsh Titano, Ph.D., William M. Castro, Regine Bisco Lee, James C. Moylan, Mary Camacho Torres, Clinton E. Rogel, Amanda L. Shelton. An act to add a new subsection D to section 19804 of Article 8, Chapter 19, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to directing the expedited procurement of critical medical supplies to save lives on Guam during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, aye. Senator Muñoz. Senator Muñoz, aye. Speaker Muñoz Barnes.
Hungan.
Speaker Muñoz Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson.
Hungan.
Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez.
Hungan.
Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rogel.
Aye.
Senator Rogel, aye. Senator San Agustin.
Again.
Senator San Agustin, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Taitagui.
Hungan.
Senator Taitagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, aye.
Bill number 336-35 COR received 15 ayes, 0 nays. Bill number 336-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 332-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 332-35 COR as substituted and amended on the floor. Introduced by Talina Cruz Nelson, Amanda L. Shelton, Joe S. San Agustin, Therese M. Terlahi, Regine Bisco Lee, Kelly Marsh Titano, Ph.D., Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, Sabina Flores Perez, Jose Pito Terlahi, Mary Camacho Torres, William M. Castro, James C. Moylan, Luis B. Muñoz, Telo T. Taitagui. An act to add a new section 4124B1 to Chapter 4 of Title 17 Guam Code Annotated, relative to creating an exemption from the service learning graduation requirement for all high school students enrolled during the year 2019-2020.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee.
Hungan.
Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, aye. Senator Muñoz. Senator Muñoz, aye. Speaker Muñoz Barnes.
Hungan.
Speaker Muñoz Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson.
Hungan.
Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez.
Hungan.
Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rogel.
Aye.
Senator Rogel, aye. Senator San Agustin.
Again.
Senator San Agustin, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Taitagui.
Hungan.
Senator Taitagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, aye.
Bill number 332-35 COR received 15 ayes, 0 nays. Bill number 332-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 339-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 339-35 COR as amended on the floor, introduced by Talina C. Cruz Nelson, Amanda L. Shelton, Kelly Marsh Titano, PhD, Regine Bisco Lee, Joe S. San Augustine, Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, William M. Castro, James C. Moylan, Luis B. Munoz, Sabina Flores Perez, Clinton E. Rogel, Tello T. Tidegui, Jose Pito Terlahi, Therese M. Terlahi, Mary Camacho Torres. An act to amend Section 715L13 of Chapter 7, Title I, Guam Code Annotated, relative to exempting Guam public schools from the requirement of 180 instructional days or its equivalent of 900 instructional hours, pursuant to Public Law 3577 for school year 2019-2020.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee.
Again.
Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, aye. Senator Munoz. Senator Munoz, aye. Speaker Munoz Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munoz Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson.
Again.
Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez.
Again.
Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rogel.
Aye.
Senator Rogel, aye. Senator San Augustine.
Again.
Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Tidegui.
Again.
Senator Tidegui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, aye.
Colleagues, Bill number 339-35 COR received 15 ayes, 0 nays. Bill number 339-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 333-35 COR. Clerk, please read the title.
Bill number 333-35 COR, as substituted and amended on the floor, introduced by Therese M. Terlahi, Sabina Flores Perez, James C. Moylan, Talina Cruz Nelson, Joe S. San Augustine, Mary Camacho Torres, William M. Castro, Regine Bisco Lee, Kelly Marsh Titano, PhD, Luis B. Munoz, Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, Clinton E. Rogel, Amanda L. Shelton, Tello T. Tidegui, Jose Pito Terlahi. An act relative to the rapid and transparent implementation of federal and local assistance programs related to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee.
Again.
Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, aye. Senator Munoz. Senator Munoz, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes. Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson.
Hunggan.
Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez.
Hunggan.
Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rajel.
Aye.
Senator Rajel, aye. Senator San Augustine.
Gun.
Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui.
Hunggan.
Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, aye.
Bill number 333-35 COR received 15 ayes, 0 nays. Bill number 333-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 324-35 COR. Clerk, please read the title.
Bill number 324-35 COR as amended on the floor. Introduced by Mary Camacho Torres, Regine Bisco Lee, William M. Castro, Kelly Marsh Titano, PhD, James C. Moylan, Louise B. Munya, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, Talina Cruz Nelson, Sabina Flores Perez, Clinton E. Ragel, Joe S. San Augustine, Amanda L. Shelton, Tello T. Titagui, Jose Pito Terlahi, Therese M. Terlahi. An act to suspend the 2% general fund deposit into the rainy day fund requirement as mandated by 5 GCA Section 22904 for fiscal year 2020.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee.
Hunggan.
Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, aye. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Hunggan.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson.
Hunggan.
Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez.
Hunggan.
Senator Perez, aye. Senator Ragel.
Aye.
Senator Ragel, aye. Senator San Augustine.
Gun.
Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui.
Hunggan.
Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, aye.
Bill number 324-35 COR received 15 ayes, 0 nays. Bill number 324-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 326-35 COR. Clerk, please read the title.
Bill number 326-35 COR as substituted and amended on the floor.
You're recognized, Senator Lee.
I apologize, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to make a motion to be excused from voting on this measure, Madam Speaker. I made a previous motion when we were discussing it, and I'd like to also extend that motion to be excused from voting on this measure as my husband is a firefighter who will benefit from this bill.
On that motion to excuse Senator Lee, are there any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, roll call.
No, read the bill.
Oh. Madam Clerk, please read the title.
Bill number 326-35 COR as substituted and amended on the floor. Introduced by Talina Cruz Nelson, Amanda L. Shelton, Joe S. San Augustine, Jose Pito Terlahi, William M. Castro, Kelly Marsh Taitano, Ph.D., Tello T. Taitagui, James C. Moylan, Luis B. Munya, Therese M. Terlahi, Tina Rose Munya Barnes. An act to add a new section 32120.1 to Chapter 32 of Title 10 Guam Code Annotated, relative to specifying a COVID-19 hazardous pay differential in light of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, excuse. Senator Marsh Taitano. Senator Marsh Taitano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, aye. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Hungan.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson.
Hungan.
Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez.
Hungan.
Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rangel.
Aye.
Senator Rangel, aye. Senator San Augustine.
Again.
Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Taitagui.
Hungan.
Senator Taitagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, aye.
Bill number 326-35 received 14 ayes, 0 nays, and 1 excuse. Bill number 326-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 335-35 COR. Clerk, please read the title.
Bill number 335-35 COR as substituted and amended on the floor. Introduced by Amanda L. Shelton, Talina Cruz Nelson, Tina Rose Munya Barnes. An act to amend section 19403A and to add a new item 6 to section 19403B, both of Article 4, Chapter 19, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the emergency powers of the governor and the public health authority during the COVID-19 public health emergency.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, nay. Senator Lee.
Ahi.
Senator Lee, nay. Senator Marsh Taitano. Senator Marsh Taitano, pass. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, nay. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, nay. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson.
Hungan.
Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez.
Pass.
Senator Perez, pass. Senator Rangel.
Nay.
Senator Rangel, nay. Senator San Augustine.
Mungo.
Senator San Augustine, nay. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Taitagui.
Nay.
Senator Taitagui, nay. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, nay. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, nay. Pass. Senator Torres.
Ahi.
Senator Torres, nay. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, nay. Senator Perez.
Ahi.
Senator Perez, nay. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, nay.
Bill number 335-35, COR, received 3 ayes, 12 nays. Bill number 335-35, COR, has been failed by this body. Colleagues, we are now on brief extension of remarks. Is there anyone wishes to give extension of remarks, brief extension of remarks? If not, okay. I will go ahead and start. As I saw the hands go up, Senator Terlahi, Senator Perez, and then Secretary, and then Minority. Senator Therese Terlahi, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just would like to extend my thanks to my colleagues and to everyone, the Committee on Rules, the legislative staff for having overcome our hurdles to have this session and for being here in this challenging time. I want to thank you, of course, for your support of the bills 333 and 336, and for the discussion that we have had. I think it's been very helpful, Madam Speaker. My heartfelt gratitude to the people of Guam for really an overwhelming engagement in this process. I have a lot of faith in people's participation, that it's always going to make us better. And I hope that we will continue to hear from everyone in our community, and that's how we are going to get through this, and that's how we are going to find the best solutions as we move forward. I have great hope that the extraordinary measures guided by our public health agencies and our medical professionals who've been selected by the governor have paved the way to flatten the curve so we can embark on our path to recovery. We see some glimmers of hope, and yet it is not the time now to take a step backwards. It is a time to move forward, to keep the measures that we have in place until we are ready to allow our health community to continue to build capacity, to allow our public health agencies to determine the way forward that will continue to keep us safe. It is a time that we keep the measures that we have in place, and we allow authorities of all the branches to help the government during this crisis. When we define our path forward, we must provide answers that our community is seeking. These answers must be backed by science and guided by the law. They must be clearly communicated and understood by the agencies, the businesses, and individual stakeholders on this island. I cannot stress that enough. I think the communication is really going to be the key. There's abundant evidence and strong guidance from leading health organizations that the way forward to beat this virus is mass testing, consistent and open communications, strong education, and shoring up our fragile medical infrastructure. In doing the bills that we have passed today do exactly that, Madam Speaker. They put increased compensation in the hands of our frontliners, especially our nurses, who are very precious because they're not only are they on the front lines on a very daily basis, but because there are so precious few of them, Madam Speaker. So I want to thank all of them, all of those who are continuing to work during this time and putting yourselves out at risk, private and public employees. I want to encourage the government to continue to actually increase in transparency through the bills that we've passed, and that is how we are going to get the cooperation of the community, Madam Speaker. That is how we're going to get supplies that are desperately needed, and that's how we're going to get food to people who have been off of work. That's how we're going to get our businesses to rebuild, Madam Speaker. So I hope that the passage of Bill 336 and 333 and the other bills that we have passed today are going to provide the administration the tools to fight this virus and provide a little bit more confidence in our community. I just would like to close, Madam Speaker, by saying that we, the people of Guam, we cannot allow any disease or person or philosophy to divide our island right now, when we need to be united to combat this. We must use truth and transparency to dispel doubt about the government and restore a partnership worthy of the people's trust and of their swift cooperation. So I want to again thank all the people of Guam for their cooperation during these times, for putting up with severe hardships in many cases, Madam Speaker. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank them and let them know that we are not going to give up. Please don't give up. We are going to continue to work together, Madam Speaker. Situus Maasi.
Buen provecho, Senator Therese Taitagui. Senator Sabina Parrish, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to reiterate the sentiments of the retiring speaker. I think, like many in our community, we are deeply concerned by this deadly potential novel coronavirus threatening our island today. And I believe the proper response to this pandemic will challenge our norms, and our actions during this session have far-reaching consequences. A week and a half ago, Dr. Cabrera provided us a thorough breakdown of the possible scenarios of this pandemic. If we did nothing, we would be experiencing, the worst case scenario would be up to 20,000 deaths. And because our government took action, we were able to reduce that down to 3,000 deaths. Of course, 3,000 deaths is way too many. So, Madam Speaker, our governor and medical community are calling upon us to make every effort to further flatten the curve. We've attempted public outreach and education, and we've seen the noticeable decrease in movement around our island. And I believe, like many of our colleagues, that more can be done. We must protect the lives of our healthcare workers, our first responders, and those vulnerable to this very deadly disease, especially to our Manamko and those experiencing comorbidities. But we also must protect civil liberties. If exceptional powers are afforded to the governor during a state of emergency, we must ensure that all avenues have been exhausted and such powers are enforceable, reasonable, necessary, and that we institute safeguards to ensure transparency. And I truly believe transparency is the road that we need to follow. I just would like to make a statement regarding my vote on 335, because I voted against it because it is not a power that was explicitly requested by the governor, and more importantly, there's no enforcement mechanism. And if we proffer powers without a means of enforcement, we create a false sense of security that would spark greater confusion. However, I urge continued push to educate the public and support our healthcare workers and frontline responders. I'd just like to share a quote from the Dalai Lama. No matter how difficult the situation may be, we should employ science and human ingenuity with determination and courage to overcome the problems that confront us. Faced with threats to our health and well-being, it is natural to feel anxiety and fear. Nevertheless, I take great solace in the following wise advice: to examine the problems before us. If there is something that can be done, do it without any need to worry. If there's nothing, worrying will not help. Madam Speaker, we are a generous and community-oriented people. Following natural disasters, we always come together to help those in need. And I see the same spirit and purpose in this session. I thank my colleagues on our island for sharing the same goals: to unite, to protect our values, and to protect each and every life in our community. Together, we will fight this pandemic, and we must do all we can to protect lives in our community. Sizuas Masi.
Buen provecho, Senator Perez. Minority Leader, you are recognized on your extension of remarks.
Sijuos Masi, Madam Speaker, and for the opportunity to share brief remarks as we conclude this emergency session. Madam Speaker, COVID-19 continued to change the way our lives have been. We cannot and should not allow certain laws, individual rights, and the freedoms we have in enjoying democracy to be set aside. I have and continue to listen to many families from across our community who are doing their part, following the guidelines of the government, practicing social distancing, minimizing movement only for grocery shopping, picking up for free school lunches, and refilling their prescriptions. These same families have told me that following the government's guidelines doesn't mean the government should consider making Guam a military state or anything close to it. Madam Speaker, with the exception of a few cases we've heard through the media, our people are taking COVID-19 seriously and are praying this is all over sooner than later, as paychecks have ended or have been significantly reduced due to this crisis. Going forward, Madam Speaker, I urge the people to stay home, stay safe. And if you happen to be outside buying essentials and you see another person without a mask, offer them one of yours if you have an extra one. Because because of that, they may have run out of money and have no means to buy anything else other than food. Madam Speaker, while COVID-19 may forever change normal, as we all know it to be, this crisis continues to show me with each new day powerful examples of kindness, generosity, and faith in one another. Sijuos Masi, Madam Speaker.
Buen provecho, Minority Leader. Anyone else wishing to do extension of remarks? Kelly Marsh Taitano, you are recognized.
Sijuos Masi, Madam Speaker. Each session, there has been at least one bill that has caused me to dig deep and think through issues as fully as I can to come to a decision for the greater good. This session has, in numerous ways, been the most challenging in that regard. I have had many a sleepless night. The very lives, the health, and well-being of our community are at stake. As a person, as a mother and grandmother, and here in this body, I take our community issues to heart. This can be made all the more difficult as happens so often, as was the case in this session, where numerous people reach out with polar opposite desires regarding whether a bill passes or not. Out of the 168,000 of us, we have 135 known number of coronavirus cases, in addition to an unknown number. We are fortunate to have over 70 thus far who have recovered. At the same time, we mourn for the community members that we have lost, and for the sailor who passed away as well. They were taken too early from us and their families. Regrettably, I did not immediately hear the call for a moment of silence yesterday, so I especially want to send prayers for the sailor, for our community members, and for all COVID-19 victims throughout the world and all of their families and friends as they contend with the grief of their losses, and for all of us as we struggle through this crisis. Let us continue to keep in good communication with each other. Let us continue to uphold high standards of collegiality. Let us work together across the sectors, across the government branches, and across all divides for the good of our community as we fight this invisible enemy.
Situ Smasi, Senator Marsh Taitsino. Senator Clint Rigel, you are recognized on extension of remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd just like to, remind the public to bear with us here as we work through a lot of these issues that are new, challenging, and difficult for us to weigh and for us to move upon and decide upon. In addition to that, I'd like to continue to encourage the public to stay the course that we're currently on. I want the public to know that we can't let up now. We have to continue with what we've been doing, which is, of course, the social distancing, the staying at home unless absolutely necessary to leave for essential items, and things of that nature. I think if we continue to stay this course, I do believe there is light at the end of the tunnel, but we can't leave the tunnel yet. We've got to get to that end. I think we can get there. So I urge the public to be patient with all of your leaders, because these are challenging times, and we are doing our best. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Senator Rigel. Anyone else wishing to speak? Vice Speaker Nelson, you are recognized. Oh, I do apologize. I will go ahead and entertain Senator Mary Torres, and then Vice Speaker Nelson, and then Secretary. Senator Torres, I apologize. You may proceed.
Por favor. Thank you. Malagos na be pinutamoro para I mananata. Malagos na be zabe sangani hamzu na uhahasu hamzu za ugwaiza hamzu. Sa por favor de na gafadahi angin humuzang hagigi matmizu. Ispia familamuz and quintusi. Ispia ko todo man mauli gigi matnia. Sa put favor de oski I mensahin I magas I magastad ani medico siha. Sa uhasu na kalan ni tempun gera esti. Lo ti pareo ni tempun gera sa tapma mestino. It's going to be over soon. Tapma pagong esti. Sa asangani Diyos na nahu na Di tempun gera kalan tiatungo na kopo latla un dia mas. Lo pago ungan sineta latla angin ta oski mensahi. Saga gimat mizu so na gefadahi. Sa por favor misita ta na ipasensya Tanisita pago mas. Lo eno hapay songan, that we're all thinking about you. We love all of you, and the best thing that we can do is to please take utmost care when we leave our houses. Look out for our families. Make sure everybody is okay. but above all else, listen to the messages of our leaders and our medical doctors as well, and our medical physicians. Most of all, let's just all exercise paz and paciencia, peace and patience. Thank you.
Buen provecho, Senator Mary Torres. Vice Speaker Nelson, on extension of remarks, you are recognized.
Sintos Masi, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'd just like to thank my colleagues for their tremendous efforts and the work they have put in through this session. I'd like to thank the Committee on Rules for making it possible for us to have this session. Madam Speaker, I also want to thank the people of Guam during this time for sharing their thoughts. I've spoken to many of you on the phone in these past couple of days, and I thank you for reaching out to me and having valid and sharing your concerns, having valid discussions. Madam Speaker, I also want to thank our frontliners. I want to thank our doctors, our nurses, the support staff in the hospitals, our police officers, our National Guardsmen and women, our Customs and Quarantine officers, our DOC officers, and all of those that are putting forth the effort to fighting off this virus. I'd like to thank the people of Guam for continuing to apply social distancing, acting in the best interest of all of us. And Madam Speaker, just so we know that if we can continue this social distancing, we can move forward. We still anticipate an impact in the upcoming months because of this virus. And I'd like to thank the community out there for their prayers and for supporting us in our actions here today.
Sintos Masi, Vice Speaker Nelson. Legislative Secretary, you are recognized.
Situus Masi, Madam Speaker, and I'd also like to thank all of our colleagues, our support team here at the legislature, for helping us make this emergency session possible. I came into this session with very clear focus to help our people suffering financially during this difficult time and to protect our people from the further spread of the coronavirus. I must say that I am disappointed in the outcome of today's vote on Bill 335, but as I shared yesterday, I will continue to push on and hope that this body will join me in continuing the fight and unite to protect our people. Even if implementing a curfew, like they have in New Jersey, New Mexico, Hawaii, and other jurisdictions, or mandating a shelter-in-place order helped to save just one life, I know that it would have been worth it. And yes, I am disappointed, but not defeated. And I can leave this hall today knowing that I did everything within my power to further protect our people from this disease. Madam Speaker, today I want to shift focus from our attempts here to increase social distancing measures to other proven interventions practiced in different jurisdictions, such as widespread community tracing and tracking and rapid testing, because we know this is a public health issue, and as we all know, this is also an economic issue. It is imperative that we act boldly, decisively, and with confidence. It is imperative that we balance the health and economic components of this crisis in our decision-making. Here is what Dr. Anthony Fauci says about opening back up communities like ours, for having people leave their homes and return to some semblance of normal. If you start pulling back on mitigation and physical separation, there will be infections. The real proof of the success of re-entry is how quickly and how effectively you identify infections, get them out of circulation, get them care where needed, and do contact tracing so that you don't have the beginning of a new peak. Madam Speaker, regardless of whether or when we're ready to reopen our island, it is clear that we need to up our game on testing. We can look just a couple hours over to South Korea and see that they have made strides with rapid testing and have generously shared this resource with so many across the globe. If these tests have been effective in flattening the curve in South Korea and are good enough for our neighbors, then why aren't they good enough for us? Imagine if we could begin testing everyone who has come in contact with an infected person, every doctor or nurse who has been exposed, every person who has traveled, every person who exhibits symptoms, even without the FDA seal of approval on these tests. A positive in 5 minutes can mean that we immediately have a person under investigation who can then be tested with an FDA-approved test kit. Tell me, Madam Speaker, is it better to test and have some kind of peace of mind or no test at all? We can commend our neighbors to the north in the CNMI who have successfully secured 60,000 test kits, essentially allowing themselves to test everyone in their entire population. In contrast, we on Guam have tested under 1,000 people with no solid dates or plans for us to receive more test kits. We also have the opportunity to procure these same test kits from South Korea and test more of our people to stop the spread. If we continue on this rate of about 30 to 35 tests a day, it will take us more than 10 years to test everyone. Today, we heard from the State Surgeon Advisory Council that without rapid, widespread testing, we need to act as if everyone is infected. Instead of 30 tests a day, there need to be 300 tests or 3,000 tests. Right now, no amount of testing is too small. No time frame for getting it done is too short. And this includes kits that may not be FDA approved, but have already proven their value in other hard-hit countries, where large-scale testing has been underway for weeks and months. It is clear that we cannot rely solely on the federal government to provide us with all the test kits we need. We've learned over the last few days that test kits from South Korea are being ordered for use in the United States. From a Wall Street Journal article, South Korea's Solgent has secured an order to supply the U.S. government agency with an additional 7,500 kits, which can each perform 100 coronavirus tests. The CEO says they are in talks for a long-term contract with FEMA about building a factory in the United States to manufacture these testing kits. Again, if a non-FDA approved test comes back positive, that person can be referred for a second test, one that is approved by the FDA. Would this not, at the very least, allow us to get a quicker and better handle on the number of people who need to monitor their own health and be aware of the onset of recognized symptoms? Testing, along with continued mitigation efforts that focus on basics such as hand washing and public social distancing, will go a long way toward improving the health and welfare of our island and our people. Secondly, Madam Speaker, we have to look at this as an economic issue. None of us are staying home because we want to. Nobody wants to see this shutdown last a minute longer than it has to. Who among us is not tempted to think, daily testing reports show the number of positives are much lower than 2 or 3 weeks ago. Let's get out there, let's return to normal. But if there is one thing we know, it is that public health and economic experts agree that recovery will have to be incremental. It will happen in steps and not all at once. Madam Speaker, we have a goal to reopen Guam on May 5th, and we need to know that our efforts are truly slowing down the spread of this disease and whether or not this is the safest route for us to take. But if we fail on step 1 and we go out and it is a false start, the economic pain that we are already experiencing will become even worse. We cannot take the next step. We cannot begin our economic recovery on hope and desire. I ask you, Madam Speaker, and our colleagues, are you ready to accept an all clear based on what little testing we have amassed so far? Our federal government and numerous European countries, such as the United Kingdom and Germany, have ordered these test kits from South Korea, and the CNMI has done so as well. So today I am asking if it is what our government should do too. Are we willing to risk a false start and the possibility of a second wave of virus that could have been prevented if not for the lack of patience and data? But as leaders, we do not have to sit idle. There are things we can do now. While we are upping our game on testing, identifying, treating, and mitigation, we can start a thorough inventory of the economic damage that has already been done. We can also start working on various projections about the prospects for further economic pain as we go through recovery. We are not in this alone. The best public health, economic, and business minds the world over are developing global, national, state, and even local models that may help us chart a responsible path to economic recovery. While the executive branch continues to lead on the immediate response, it is time for this body to start looking to tomorrow. We are less than 6 months away from the start of a new fiscal year. That's a scary proposition because it is impossible to know with 100% accuracy that what our economic situation will be on October 1st. But fear of what we do not know today must not prevent us from planning for tomorrow. We already know the tens of millions of dollars in economic damage this has caused. We must assume that tens of millions more in damage will occur before all is said and done. We must at least consider that unlike a localized disaster such as a typhoon or an earthquake, this time we might not be able to depend on the federal government to make us whole again. We must hope for the best, but plan for the worst. There is so much that is unclear in the future, but what is evident today is that our work is not over and that we must come together to accomplish the daunting task ahead. We should fulfill the mandate of the people of Guam by doing all we possibly can to provide for their health, safety, and well-being. Finally, Madam Speaker, we find ourselves in a time of unprecedented global upheaval. People all over the world are afraid. Our people are afraid, and rightly so. Hopefully, we will never again in our lifetimes see a moment like this. We all know that this virus is highly contagious. We who were given the people's trust must step up to the challenge and have the courage to take bold, decisive action. We must have confidence in ourselves, our government, our island, and its people. We must recognize that, like the virus, our confidence can be contagious too. If we lead with inspired confidence, then our people will rest assured that together we will get through this crisis. It is imperative that we lead with this confidence. Not only this body, but also the elected and appointed officials of the executive branch. It is imperative we take bold, decisive actions today for the sake of our island and the lives and livelihoods of our people 6, 12, and 18 months from now. Madam Speaker, for the sake of our island and our people, these bold, decisive, and confident steps must begin with this body. With that, Madam Speaker, I want to thank you again for this opportunity, and I want to extend a very sincere thanks to all of our essential workers, our frontline workers, first responders, and medical professionals for carrying us through this difficult time. And I'd like to extend an Easter greeting to everyone in our community. I pray that the blessing of the risen Christ continues to bring us hope and grant us the spirit of unity in the work we must continue to do. Please stay home and stay safe. Siduos Masi.
Buen provecho, Legislative Secretary Shelton. Vice Speaker, Majority Leader Selena Nelson, you are recognized.
Madam Speaker, I move that we adjourn today's session, subject to call of the Speaker.
On the motion to adjourn this session, subject to the call of the Speaker, are there any objections? Seeing or hearing none, motion carries. Please be safe, everyone.